Do you ever get a message from compliance like your base images need to be more secure, and then your soul leaves your body a little? Well, that's what happened to me, and I want to share that story. Basically, DSOMM dropped a bomb. Use Distroless images, but what even is that? So I decided to go really deep, and I went darker than a YAML file inside Helm chart inside a customized patch. Imagine that. And this is the story of pretty much how I built our own Distroless based images using Apko, because Google's are nice, but building your own, that's a pure DevOps dark magic, right? So let's break it down. On the GitHub page for the Google, for the container tools, for the Distroless, we can read that the Distroless images, it's pretty much a Docker image, but it is stripped down to the bare minimum. No package manager, no shell, and pretty much no fun. It's only exactly what you need to run your application. And why? Well, first of all, it gives you much smaller size of the image, and size matters, right? Next, it gives the attackers a much smaller attack surface. They cannot use some vulnerabilities from the dependencies that you don't have. And pretty much the last but not least, when it is 3 a.m. in the morning and you need to debug something, you don't have the temptation of curl pipe bash to run because you don't have curl, you don't have bash. You need to use other tools and pretty much think of them as a monk version of the image, right? Google provides some amazing Distroless images. They are shiny, they are stable, they are well maintained, but here is a catch. They are not yours, and sometimes you want full control to have custom packages, to have debugging symbols, or you just pretty much like me and want to name your label with your metadata or put your name into the tag of the image. And on top of that, if you follow the DSOMM requirement, then you need to rebuild those images regularly, nightly, and you can control what Google does. And if you do it yourself, you can build your images however you like, how often you like, and with any tool that you like. With that being said, enter Apko. Straight out of the ChainGuard dojo comes this lovely tool where you define the YAML file and it does some magic with a lot of documentation involved if you want to. And you can define however you want it to be. And it will build you the image. Well, it will build you the tar file that you can then load into the actual image, and then you can use it in your Docker files as you like or as you want to. You can read the documentation over here. I will, as always, leave this as a link, but let's jump into action, shall we? So I prepared a little bit of an example, and I want to compare how a pretty much basic Angular application, so just ng new, will perform with this one. This is a magic YAML file, as I said, that will have nginx installed and nothing else. So as I said in the beginning of the video, no bash, no curl, no nothing like that. And we just have a base layout, folder layout of Alpine system and Nginx on top. We define that they will be a non-root user, and that is another security good thing, that we are not going to run anything as a root user, and we are going to run everything as Nginx user only. And this Nginx user will have some extra permissions on the etc nginx directory and run nginx directory. So nginx will be able to run, but nothing else. And that is good. I also, just as a hint for myself, added a couple of commands into that YAML file that we can run, but you can trust me, I ran them already and created this image. So what we can do is we can run the application, which is my app distro. And now if we will go to localhost 8080, we will see this hello my app, the default one. Now we can just stop this, the container will be removed, and if we refresh the page, nothing will be shown. So the show the demo is truthful. Now what we can see in terms of the images, I created two of them, and the image itself, it is as used in a Docker file. We copy everything from the browser version of the application and expose port 8080 from the port because we are running a non-root user and they don't have access to ports lower than 1000 or something like that. So we need to expose something unusual, which is once again good thing. 8080 is my choice, and I have two of the images prepared. One of them is using my Apko Nginx, so the one prepared by the Apko, or another one, the default Alpine Nginx image that is available. So let's compare them. One of them is my app Alpine, which is Alpine Nginx, and you can see that the size of the image is 14.8 megabytes. Not too much, but let's compare it with the next one. My app Distro, it is using only 9 megabytes. Well, let's say 10, but still 5 times better. Even better than that, we can see in a Docker desktop if we can check the packages and CVEs. And over here with the vulnerabilities, we will see nothing. Well, good for me. And let's compare it with the Alpine package. Oh, a lot of things, because there are some additional libraries and packages that you don't really need to run your application. As we saw, that application is running perfectly fine. But if you would want to use something like curl, then you are exposed, and you don't want to be exposed, right? So yeah, that whole thing started as a DSOMM checkbox pretty much, but we ended up building a clean, secure, and production-worthy base image that we now use across multiple projects, which is a big win for me. On top of that, this image actually is built from the pipeline that is executed nightly, so we fill all of the requirements for the DSOMM level 2. Even better. So still, am I a bit afraid of YAML? Of course. Was it worth it? Also yes. And will I ever use a full distro image again? Maybe, but no. Please like this video and subscribe for more pragmatic and slightly funny DevOps or DSOM tutorials. See you.